I Want Answers is presented by the Grand River Dam Authority. Additional funding provided by the Gerald H. Westby Jr. Foundation, RCB Bank, Rogers State University, and by viewers like you.
Every day, the employees of the Grand River Dam Authority strive for excellence by focusing on the 5 E's: employees, electricity, environmental stewardship, economic development, and efficiency. We do this by producing low-cost, reliable electricity that touches 75 of the 77 counties in the state. At no cost to the taxpayers, we also manage 70,000 surface acres of lakes and the scenic Illinois River. Annually, the efforts of Team GRDA facilitate over $450 million in economic activity for Oklahoma.
The Gerald H. Westby Jr. Foundation is a proud sponsor of I Want Answers on RSU Public TV. Throughout his life, Gerald Westby worked hard to add to the quality of life through his legacy of support for the arts, arts education, and culture. The Gerald H. Westby Jr. Foundation continues this work.
At RCB Bank, we know that if you want to build a strong future, you need a solid foundation. That's why, since 1936, RCB Bank has helped people and communities forge a path to a solid financial foundation. For more than 85 years, RCB Bank has been strong, stable, and ready to lend a hand. With more than 60 locations across Oklahoma and Kansas, RCB Bank is here to serve your banking needs. At RCB Bank, you truly are at home.
Coming up on I Want Answers, we're continuing the first round with the Hilldale Hornets taking on the Kansas Comets. Coming up next on I Want Answers. Welcome to the 13th season of I Want Answers, presented by GRDA on RSU TV. This season, 16 Oklahoma high school academic teams will compete for a spot in our championship and a chance at $12,000 in scholarship money. Let's meet our teams for tonight's competition. We'll start off with the Hilldale Hornets. We have team captain Ever Ellis, sophomore. We have Cassie Erkenbrock, also a senior. And we have Jacob Hightree, a sophomore. And we have April Rodriguez, a sophomore. Hilldale, you all excited?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And now let's meet our players from the Kansas Comets. We have team captain Irish Ivy, senior. We have Nathaniel Della Pinta, senior. We have Aiden Fawcett, a senior. And yes, we have another senior, Alexa Schwabe. Kansas, y'all excited?
Yeah.
Yes, Hilldale, you get loud, excited, ready, motivated. I know you're ready to play, Kansas. I know you're ready to play, Hilldale. First time on the show. You've got this. Audience, are you ready? Now, I know you all want questions, but this show is not about what you want. This show is about what I want. And what do I want?
Answers.
See, you got the first one correct already. Let's begin our competition tonight with the speed round.
First up, the speed round. The speed round consists of individual answered questions worth 10 points each. The first team member to buzz in gets to answer. No conferring between team members is allowed in this round.
First speed question. What literary work by Dante Alighieri describes the journey through hell, purgatory? Kansas.
Dante's Inferno.
No. Hell, purgatory, and heaven. Hilldale?
Inferno?
No. It's the Divine Comedy. What is the name for the part of aeronautics that deals with the motion of air and the way that it interacts with objects in motion? Kansas?
Aerodynamics?
Yes. Which social media platform is known for its disappearing photo and video messages? Kansas?
Snapchat?
Yes. What law of physics states that the total electric charge of an isolated system remains constant? Hilldale?
Kinetic energy?
No. Yep, Kansas, just hit it flat. Kansas?
Law of conservation of energy.
Yes, it is conservation of charge. All right, elected in 1968, he served as president until 1974. During that time, Kansas?
Nixon.
Yes. The Newton is the SI unit of what? Kansas?
Force.
Yes. All right, we have a math question. Name the solid whose base is a circular area and whose curved lateral surface tapers uniformly to a point. Hilldale.
Cone.
Yes. What can be defined as arranging sounds to create some form of harmony, melody, and/or rhythm in an expressive way? Hilldale.
Music.
Yes. What is the process by which salt water turns into water vapor? Hilldale?
Evaporation.
Yes. What is the term for the ability of a computer system to perform tasks once requiring only human decision-making and to learn through interaction with humans? Kansas?
Machine learning.
No. Hilldale?
Artificial intelligence.
Yes, it is. What is the name of the novel by Leo Tolstoy that tells the story? Hilldale?
War and Peace.
Yes. All right, we've got a video question from GRDA.
Hi, I'm Justin with GRDA. When heat is converted into another form of energy, the total amount of energy is constant. Which law of thermodynamics is illustrated by this statement?
Kansas?
Law of conservation of energy.
No. They want the first law. Which law? The first law. Okay. Which early 21st century president is the only to have twins, daughters Barbara and Jenna? Hilldale?
Bush.
Yes. Which novel about a major change in the life of Gregor Samsa bears the same name as the complete process undergone by certain types of larvae moving to adulthood? Hilldale?
Metamorphosis.
Yes. What is the capital of Canada's largest province? Hilldale?
Quebec.
No. Kansas?
Toronto.
Yes. Which Middle Eastern terrorist organization was responsible for attacks worldwide, including the Paris attacks in 2015? Kansas?
ISIS.
Yes. If you multiply mass and velocity, what is your result? Kansas?
Speed.
Yes. Harry, the Duke of Sussex, like many others who use the name of Harry, actually has what formal first name? Hilldale?
Henry.
Yes. I didn't know that. All right, we have a video question from RSU Radio.
Hi, this is Sky with RSU Radio. In which song does Michael Jackson sing, "Well, the sky's the limit, but to me, that's really true"? A, Bad, B, Thriller, C, Billie Jean, or D, Man in the Mirror?
Kansas?
Man in the Mirror.
No? Hilldale?
Billie Jean.
No, it's Bad. Who painted The Lady with an Ermine and Vitruvian Man? Kansas?
Da Vinci.
Yes. Joshua Slocum became the first man to do what marine activity solo? Hilldale?
Scuba dive.
No. Kansas?
Visit the Mariana Trench.
No, it was to sail around the world. Further study has shown that dinosaurs had a variety of skin types, not all reptilian scales or avian feathers. What other more surprising surface could they have had? Hilldale?
Feathers.
No. Kansas?
Fur.
Yes, fur. All right. That bell means time's up for the first round, the speed round. Let's check out the score. We have Hilldale at 80, Kansas at 100. Pretty close. Stay with us. Round 2 is coming up next.
I'm Irish Ivy. We're the Kansas Comets, and I'd say the worst meal I've ever eaten is probably steamed broccoli.
I'm Nathaniel Della Pinta, and the worst meal I've ever been served is probably just any meal with pickles in it. They're too vinegary and overall just gross.
I'm Aiden Fawcett, and the worst meal I've ever been served is cabbage soup. It's just gross.
I'm Alexa, and the worst food I've ever eaten was probably chicken patty from our school.
Yeah, chicken patty from school, good one. Welcome back to I Want Answers, presented by GRDA. Get ready for some more questions because the Advantage round is coming your way next.
Next up, the Advantage round. In this round, the teams face off by first attempting to answer a speed question. The team that answers correctly receives 10 points and the opportunity to answer 3 Advantage questions worth 10 points each. After the 3 Advantage questions, it's back to speed questions to determine who gets the next Advantage. The speed questions can be answered by anyone, but the answers for the Advantage questions must come from the team captain.
All right, your first speed question is a math question. How many biologic great-great-great-great-grandparents does a single individual have? Kansas?
10.
No. Hilldale?
128.
No. The answer is 64. All right, what is the process by which water from plants evaporates into the atmosphere? Hilldale?
Transpiration.
Yes. Advantage for Hilldale, we have historical events. During which war did the Battle of Saratoga take place?
American Revolution.
Yes. A revolution began in 1917 and led to the establishment of a communist government in which large nation?
Russia.
Yes. In what decade did the Berlin Wall finally fall?
1990s.
No, it was the 1980s. Back to speed. This is a long one. Despite denials, the Chinese government has committed human rights abuses against the Uyghur people and tried to force them to deny their beliefs and cultures to fit into the culture of the government. Such a move into the belief and culture system of the ruling group has happened in other countries as well and is called... Kansas?
Cleansing.
No. Hilldale? I got you. Hilldale?
Conversion?
No. Even those are great guesses. What they want is assimilation. We'll go back to speed. Which psychologist created the words and concepts behind ego and superego? Hilldale?
Ayn Rand.
No. Kansas?
Freud.
Yes. Advantage for Kansas, you have world mythology. Which Norse god, often associated with thunder, wields the hammer?
Thor.
Yes.
Do I need to hit?
Mjolnir. I wanted to get that word in there. Mjolnir. What a name. In Greek mythology, who was cursed to turn everything he touched into gold?
Midas.
Yes. Which Egyptian goddess is depicted as a woman with a lion's head or as a lioness?
Sekhmet.
Yes. Back to speed. Literally meaning sweet. In Italian, what musical term means to play sweetly and softly? Hilldale.
Dulce.
Yes. Advantage for Hilldale, physics. What is the force that opposes the relative motion or tendency of such motion of two surfaces in contact?
Friction.
Yes. Which principle states that the volume of a given mass of an ideal gas is directly proportional to its temperature, provided its pressure remains constant?
Boyle's law.
No, it's Charles' law. What is the SI unit for power?
Pascal.
No, it's watt. Back to speed. Varied climates from mountains to desert give great diversity to which 5th largest state where you would find both Carlsbad Caverns and White Sands Parks? Kansas.
New Mexico.
Yes. Advantage for Kansas, 20th century literature. Who wrote the dystopian novel Brave New World?
Bradbury.
No, Aldous Huxley. Read it. Which American author wrote, "Their eyes were watching God"?
Twain.
No, Hurston. Which Irish author wrote Waiting for Godot?
Wild.
No, Beckett. Back to speed. What was the name of Shakespeare's wife? Kansas?
Anne Hathaway.
Yes. Advantage for Kansas classical composers. Who composed the Four Seasons, a set of violin concertos?
Vivaldi.
Yes. Who is the composer behind The Blue Danube, a famous waltz?
Bach.
No, Strauss. Which German composer wrote the Brandenburg Concertos?
Mozart.
No, Bach. All right, back to speed. Which short story by Poe provides examples of all three kinds of irony, as Montresor seems to care about Fortunato's health? Hilldale?
The Cask of Amontillado.
Yes. Advantage for Hilldale Environmental Science. What term refers to a gradual increase in the average temperature of the Earth's atmosphere due to the greenhouse effect?
Global warming.
Yes. What term is used to describe a series of processes by which carbon compounds are interconverted in the environment?
Carbon cycle.
Yes. Which ozone-depleting compounds were largely phased out by the Montreal Protocol? The answer was CFSs. Back to speed. What is the unit of resistance in an electrical circuit in the Kansas?
Ohm.
Yes. Advantage for Kansas, we have modern technology. Which company developed the Android operating system?
Samsung.
No? Google. Which entrepreneur co-founded companies like SpaceX, Tesla, and Neuralink?
Musk.
Yes. What is the term for a decentralized digital currency without a central bank?
Crypto.
Yes. Back to speed. There is carbon dioxide ice along with the dihydrogen monoxide trapped in the poles and rocks of which planet? Kansas?
Neptune.
No. Hilldale?
Mercury.
No, it's Mars. China has chosen to have only one time zone for convenience sake. How many geographic time zones does it include? Kansas?
4.
Yes. Advantage for Kansas, we have Renaissance art. Who painted the Sistine Chapel's ceiling in Vatican City?
Michelangelo.
Yes. Who painted the artwork, The Last Supper?
Da Vinci.
Yes. Which artist is known for his works, The Birth of Venus and Primavera?
Botticelli.
Yes. All right. That bell means that's all the time we have for the advantage round. Great round, everyone. Let's check out the score. The score now stands at 160 Hilldale, 240 Kansas. Pretty close. The final round of our competition is coming up next. We'll be right back.
I'm Ever, and we are the Hilldale academic team. The worst meal I've ever been served was the school chicken nuggets because they were really burned.
I'm Jacob, and the worst meal I've ever been served was probably this mac and cheese that my friend one time made. Just wasn't very good.
I'm April, and the worst meal I've been served was a tuna sandwich because it makes me nauseous.
My name's Cassie, and the worst meal I've ever been served is Velveeta mac and cheese. I just don't like the taste of the cheese.
So the worst meal I've ever been served, cow brains in Morocco. I took one bite, just out of respect. Anyway, welcome back to I Want Answers, presented by GRDA. We are down to the final round of our competition tonight. It's the whirlwind round, and it's coming right up.
Next up, it's the whirlwind round. In this round, the trailing team gets to pick from one of 3 categories, and they get to choose whether they wish to answer the category's questions themselves or force the other team to answer them. The team will have 60 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. Then the other team gets their turn at one of 3 remaining categories. Each correct answer is worth 10 points. If any team correctly answers all 10 of their questions, they will receive 10 bonus points.
All right, so Hilldale, your team is trailing right now, so you get to pick one of these 3 categories, either for yourself or you pass to Kansas. We have inventions and inventors, literary quotes, or art history.
Okay, we would like to give Kansas inventions and inventors.
Okay, we will give Kansas inventions and inventors. All right, Kansas, answer these questions about inventions and inventors. Who invented the telephone?
Graham Bell.
Yes. What invention by Edison allowed the playing of recorded sound?
Phonograph.
Yes. Who developed the World Wide Web in 1989?
Jobs.
No. The first practical photographic process, the daguerreotype, was developed by whom?
Daguerre.
Yes. What Scottish inventor contributed to the development of the steam engine?
Watt.
Yes. Who invented the first practical incandescent light bulb?
Tesla.
No. Douglas Engelbart invented what computer peripheral that allowed one to move the cursor and select items on the screen?
Mouse.
Yes. What invention by Gutenberg allowed all to get books and read?
Library.
No. Who invented the first real sewing machine?
Pass.
What invention by Robert Goddard laid the foundation for people and objects to venture into the atmosphere and beyond?
Thruster.
No. It was a rocket. All right, great job though. Okay, so now you all get to pick for Hilldale. You have literary quotes, art history, or ancient civilizations.
We're going to go with art history.
Art history for Hilldale. Answer these questions about art history. Who is the Dutch painter famous for his works depicting sunflowers and starry nights?
Van Gogh.
Yes. Who is the American artist famous for his paintings of soup cans and Marilyn Monroe?
Pass.
What art movement characterized by distorted and dreamlike images is often associated with Salvador Dali?
Pass.
Who is the artist known for painting the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper?
Da Vinci.
Yes. What is the name of the iconic painting by Grant Wood featuring a farmer and his daughter standing in front of a farmhouse?
Pass.
Who painted The Persistence of Memory featuring melting clocks?
Pass.
Who sculpted The Thinker and The Kiss and is known for his sculptures of human figures?
David.
No. The De Sleeuws art movement is known for its use of geometric shapes and what category of colors? All right, that's all the time we have for the whirlwind round, but let's check out our score after 3 rounds. We have Hilldale 180, Kansas 290. So we're gonna go back to a few more speed questions to see who's gonna win to wrap up this game. All right, everyone, back to speed. What type of skeletal joint allows movement in all directions? Hilldale.
Ball and joint.
No. Kansas?
Ball and socket.
Yes. What is the head of government called in the United Kingdom? Kansas?
Queen.
No. Hilldale?
Prime Minister.
Yes. Since we cannot recreate all resources we use on this planet, for some materials we are experiencing a rarity. What synonym of rarity is used to describe this issue? Kansas?
Scarcity.
Yes. Economists, vary on which country they believe has the best GDP per capita depending on the way they measure. GDP is gross domestic product. What does per capita mean? Kansas?
Per thousand.
No. It's per person. The Divine Comedy narrative poem by Dante is not a comedy by today's standards, but in the nomenclature of his day, it was a tale that began in misery and ended in what state of happiness? Kansas?
Euphoria.
No. Hilldale?
Nirvana.
No. Joy. The fall of which city is often considered the beginning of the Renaissance? Hilldale.
Rome.
No. Kansas?
Camelot.
No, it's Constantinople. Grandma's birthday of October 26 falls on a Thursday in 2023. Planning ahead for a big trip. What day of the week will it be on in the next leap year? Hilldale.
Thursday.
No. Kansas?
Wednesday.
No. Saturday. What was the name of the policy aimed at preventing the spread of communism during the Cold War? Kansas?
McCarthyism.
No. It's containment. All right. That bell concludes tonight's competition. The final score stands at 190 Hilldale, 310 Kansas. So that means Kansas is our winner tonight. But great job, both teams. You guys did so good for your first time, all of you. So as we look at our bracket, we see that Kansas will advance to the next round of our competition. So we'll see them again in a few weeks in our second round. Thank you, teams, for playing, and thank you, audience, for joining us as we showcase the knowledge of our local high school academic teams right here in Oklahoma. Be sure to follow I Want Answers on Facebook and Instagram. You can always catch up on past episodes at rsu.tv. We'll see you next time for another exciting competition on I Want Answers.
I Want Answers is presented by the Grand River Dam Authority. Additional funding provided by the Gerald H. Westby Jr. Foundation, RCB Bank, Rogers State University, and by viewers like you.
Every day, the employees of the Grand River Dam Authority strive for excellence by focusing on the 5 E's: employees, electricity, environmental stewardship, economic development, and efficiency. We do this by producing low-cost, reliable electricity that touches 75 of the 77 counties in the state. At no cost to the taxpayers, we also manage 70,000 surface acres of lakes and the scenic Illinois River. Annually, the efforts of Team GRDA facilitate over $450 million in economic activity for Oklahoma.
The Gerald H. Westby Jr. Foundation is a proud sponsor of I Want Answers on RSU Public TV. Throughout his life, Gerald Westby worked hard to add to the quality of life through his legacy of support for the arts, arts education, and culture. The Gerald H. Westby Jr. Foundation continues this work.
At RCB Bank, we know that if you want to build a strong future, you need a solid foundation. That's why, since 1936, RCB Bank has helped people and communities forge a path to a solid financial foundation. For more than 85 years, RCB Bank has been strong, stable, and ready to lend a hand. With more than 60 locations across Oklahoma and Kansas, RCB Bank is here to serve your banking needs. At RCB Bank, you truly are at home.